We are on a big streak of new reviews on this channel now, and with another game being released that really caught my attention in the roguelike genre, I think I need to make this review public now. So Atomic Picnic is something that I wanted to show you for a while, as this game has had some early access releases, some basically kind of an interesting interest from the audience for over a year, and now when it's kind of like a full release, we can actually speak and basically make an opinion on the game that's been developed for a long time. So if you're new to this channel, you know that basically, let's make a promise. If you like the video and by the end of it, you feel like this was very informative and you want to see more reviews like this style, you're gonna give us subscribe. If not, you're just gonna move on and we both enjoy our lives. Anyway, let's go. So Atomic Picnic basically is a rock-like genre game, which is survival kind of like instinct, it's just in survival type of mode with a third-person format. It combines fast-paced vertical gameplay with innovative mechanics, pushing boundaries of what this genre can offer. Innovative gameplay mechanics. As a fan of roguelites inspired by titles like Blinds of Isaac and Risks of Rain, Atomic Picnic feels familiar yet freshly distinct. The progression system is both addictive and rewarding, giving players different kind of like standouts and grow stronger while navigating its mechanics. The game's standout feature is its movement, while walking and jumping and standing is addition of grappling hook that kind of directionals of the dashing elevates the verticality of the gameplay. This ability encourages players to traverse large maps and different kind of fluidity and take advantage of strategic high ground positions during battles. This in-game events add layers of unpredictability and strategy. These manually triggered challenges provide players with bonuses, such as increasing health and with introduction of the subtitle and the text clues. The design of these events adds mystery and variety each run, and chasing two sessions, it doesn't really feel the same. What about the progression in the game? So the hallmark of the kind of Atomic Picnic's gameplay is its robust progression system centered around curious. Basically, this is the power-ups grant unique abilities, from creating shockwaves that a fast reload of adding piercing effects to bullets. Players acquiring curious with each level up during a run, and they can even upgrade this itself for chasing effects. It's the inclusion of cursed curious power-ups that come with the significant trade-offs further depends on the strategic elements of the game, deciding whether the risk of the debuff for, let's say, something of like a powerful buff as a satisfying layer of decision making. Beyond the immediate upgrades and during the gameplay, Atomic Picnic introduces the meta progression system, which basically allows players to earn in-game currency to unlock permanent boosts called mementos, which enchase character stats and abilities combined with ones of the fly curious system. This layered progression creates a sense of growth and mastery that keeps players coming back. And I have to say, this actually dragged me a lot in the way, because I felt like after one of the first playthroughs, I felt like, oh my god, this looks interesting, I want to open this, I want to play with this style, I want to try this ability, oh, it would be cool if this was more powerful. And I actually have to say it works very well. Biggest thing for me also is aesthetics in the game, as you know, and the visually Atomic Picnic is a treat, embracing a cartoonish aesthetic akin something like similar maybe to Fortnite. The bright colors and saturation with the aggregated characters design lend its playful charm and contrast with the intensity of its gameplay. What sets apart, however, is its incorporation of Brazilian culture influences. One map, for instance, draws inspiration from hauntingly beautiful Lagoas Marquesas, a surreal national park in Brazil. These touches imbue in the game with unique identity that stands out of the roguelite genre. The sprawling grounds were well designed, embracing verticality and open exploration. Each location feels alive, while some areas evokes the sense of eerie isolations, other than brim with dynamic challenges and visually rich details. Areas that are improvement and performances, basically something that needs to be worked. And I have to say, let's be honest, for the game that is currently being even again technically not in early access anymore, but kind of like upgraded to a newer version, which is still not like a full release, I would still assume. You have to say that there can be improvements, of course, and there are some performance issues you may actually kind of like see even if you have a very strong PCs. It still feels like the game kind of lacks into optimization, but again, This is something that can be worked on, and I don't see it as the big flaw or an issue, especially since the developers are commenting on every feedback and it works very well. I heard even in the comments that some people tried the game with the Steam Deck, and while it's playable, it can be really very strange. The game sometimes reaches around 30 FPS, but then again, is this really a game for the Steam Deck? Probably yes for many people, but again, if developers will focus more on things that are fixing it and making the priority for the PC first, and then moving on into the Steam Deck platform, then well, we can get a big of a game. Small story elements are kind of sprinkled around, and I have to say, overall the game primarily focused on action and it hints at the broader narrative, and it kind of not been fully released in a way. Small story elements like again, they're kind of telling you about the world, characters. It's clear the developer's plan is to expand on this aspect, but I wouldn't expect much from it and I would just maybe keep it as a fine, kind of like a fun game. So my kind of final impressions is that the game is quickly establishing itself. It's a fast-paced gameplay, vertical movements, and rewarding progression system, which is technically key for many games. And I have to say, it reminded me a lot of the game like Risk of Rain 2 especially. While it's still in kind of like this promising period, I have to say the foundations are really great, and the development suggests that this game will have a bright future. For the players seeking for the roguelite experience with unique twist, Atomic Panic is the well worth diving into. Thanks for watching this video guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.